I demand a
can't believe I
recount
lost to Mickey.
on that. What?
I thought I had you at
gosh.
least. A little part of me was like, maybe I'll come out and beat Mickey. Michael, I figured, probably would have won with all the stuff he had.
So that was, yeah, but with 0 points?
I know, it was
Alright, so
pretty crazy comeback.
Anyways, that was a 3-player game of Bunny Kingdom, and I lost by 2 points, right?
3, I think.
3 points?
Yeah. He had 183, you had 180.
Oh, I thought you said I had 181. Okay. Alright, so anyways, I am demanding a recount that we can't do now because we've already picked up the board, and I'm also gonna say that Michael's already played this game multiple times, so that doesn't count.
Oh yeah, and this being our first time.
And it counts as my win and Jeb's loss. But the most important thing is that I beat Jeb.
Yeah, Jeb comes in last.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good way to do it. So yeah, I'll say it again because in case you didn't watch the intro. But this Michael got me this for my birthday, and I knew nothing about it. I think I had heard of it or seen it, and kind of like, So what? It's a game called Bunny Kingdom. How good can it be?
Right.
It's super fun and super easy to play.
Oh yeah, the thinking is the hard part for me.
I feel like kind of like at the beginning of the game, though. I guess after a couple times, maybe you have a little bit of a strategy with your opening hand. But I feel like you almost got to go through a turn before you have any idea what you're going to try to do.
Yeah, the parchment stuff was difficult for me in the beginning because I was like, well, some of this stuff I don't know if I could
it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
It was it was funny when Michael told me not to take. I think he had made a comment about me taking the one that you score off of the wood, but unless we got it wrong, it would make in my mind it would make 0 sense if
it had
spots
to be
on the board
that
right
actually had castles.
Yeah, because I don't think that was the intention. I didn't see it anywhere in the rule book that said basically the resources and the castles, all they come in is the your wealth and your strength, and those are multiplied together. I think that's the terminology. I've already forgotten. Anyhow, I thought it was a lot of fun. What a great little game. I'm glad he got it for me because I definitely feel like this is something that you could pull out with just about any crowd. I guess the only thing would be like if somebody had never drafted before, but that's not that hard to explain.
No, it's not. As long as the other players don't try to speed ahead, because there are times where I've been drafting where people who know how to draft will try to go as fast as they can. Yeah. It's like if it's a new player, don't do that.
Yeah. You can go fast, just don't be like, come on.
Well, yeah.
Right. You know
what I'm saying is like if you're a new person and you're sitting there with like 3 rows of cards for your next 3 things, it's like, no, that's way too fast. Like,
well, oh, you mean if you kept
Michael passed to me, you passed to Michael passed to me, and I'm sitting with 2 things and I haven't even chosen yet. That's a little too fast.
I don't think you can get that far ahead in this, can you? I mean, there's maximum of 4 players, and once it got to the person that didn't know how to do anything, you gotta wait till you get your next
until the piles stack up on them.
But anyways, no, he's exactly right. I mean, we've drafted in in a few collectible card games before, and yes, that ends up being a problem. So just don't be annoying if you're playing with somebody that hasn't done a draft game before. But trying to think, I think this is the only game I have that uses a big drafting mechanic. We have things that you draft, like your powers and stuff at the beginning of the game. Yeah, I don't think I have a game that you the whole game goes. You draft through the whole thing, which I love a drafting mechanic. I think they're fun. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it keeps it random and everything. So yeah. I guess people that you keep away from it. It is. I mean, I guess there's a decent amount of strategy, but it's so random. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're talking about, like, part of the deck wasn't even played with, so it's like, you're never going to... like you can't optimize it.
Right.
So.
And quite frankly, I mean, if we were to play with Michael again, I feel like there'd be certain cards where it'd be like, I'm not letting him have that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it would be a lot easier to block him now that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all those parts, and I mean, of course, there was still probably around a fifth of the deck or something left. I don't know how many, but there was a lot. Left, and there'd still be a lot left even in a 4-player game because you only draft 10 cards each round instead of the 12. So always random and plays quick, as you saw that went pretty.
I think the
pretty
scoring
fast.
took almost as long as the game, just because
Yeah,
you have to
I
go through and make sure you do everything.
That's
right.
that's the other thing. Like when Michael's counting stuff all over the board, and I'm like, I can't do that. I gotta go row by row and look. I mean, I'm like, I'm gonna miss something if I don't.
Exactly.
And I did miss stuff, and it was like, oh, wait about that one, oh, that one. So yeah, that's the way I would do it. I mean, obviously you can't. It's not exactly the same with the thieves because they could be anywhere, but that's a whole different story. I'm just talking about the resources and things like that, or the productions. So anyways, yeah. A highly recommended, quick little anybody can play game, in my opinion.
I enjoyed it.
I just didn't know if he wanted to talk about anything. He's not saying much.
No. I mean, I enjoyed playing it.
He did make the comment after he was done that was pretty fun. He deserves a last place once in a while.
Yeah, that's true. I can't win everything, right? Or Mickey definitely wouldn't play with me. I enjoyed it, but I don't know if it's a purchase for me personally.
No,
just because, like, I don't know. While the drafting thing is cool, it's not something that I want to do all the time. So if I bought it, it wouldn't be played as much as I think. Like you would probably play it more than I would, just because
I would.
That means you got somebody.
Well, that's true, and the fact is, I do think that I could teach other people this. So I think it'd be one that I would. Oh, I'm going to. I'm going to friend's house. What can I throw in my bag and hopefully coax somebody into playing? And this would 100% be in there.
Right.
Because, like, a lot of times, it's like some of the games that I like to bring when I'm, trying to show new people stuff, especially after they've gotten out of, like, maybe a Codenames or a Ticket to Ride, and it's like, oh, I really had a lot of fun, or Splendor or stuff like that. And then it's kind of like, well, let me see if I can just turn the dial up just a little bit.
Yeah,
so
and
I'll
it's another branch of type of game to
yeah, exactly. So, like, I'll bring Citadel to show them a co-op, because I feel like that's a pretty easy co-op, and
Professor Evil.
Citadel of Time, or Professor Evil in the Citadel of Time. I like to show that one. I don't think that's too overwhelming.
No.
I think something like, for co-op wise, like something like Dead of Winter can intimidate people, even though it's super easy. Because there's a role to play. I mean, that is straight up co-op.
Yeah, and it's not going to be like you're spending an hour or two playing it.
And it's very easy to explain the powers to people as long as they're not, they're not being poo-poo about it or whatever. Right. That's one of the ones I will show people, deck builders. I'll start with a Star Realms, stuff like that. And those are the types of things that I'll, try to bring up the level, and like, oh, if you're having fun playing games, let me show you this one. And this one would obviously show an area control / drafting mechanic in it. So yeah, and it wasn't even on my radar. I'm glad that he said, here you go, try this one out. Because he played it at some of his Pokemon tournaments that he had gone to. Somebody brought it out, and he said it was really fun, and I said, I think I've heard of it, but I've never played it, and so that was my birthday present, and yep, I like it for all the reasons that I just said, and it will definitely be going in the bag on trips to places that might even go to the beach this year. Well, it doesn't take up a lot of table room either.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
it's pretty much the board, and then you have your...
I guess if there's anything to worry about, it would be the rabbit. The rabbits are very tiny, but you'd have to get really lucky to use up all the rabbits.
Yeah, there's something in the rulebook that mentioned if you run out of rabbits in a 3-player game, then you can grab from the 4th player's color. And I don't know.
I guess
why
they're
you would do
assuming that would be almost impossible for 2
Right.
players to run out of their rabbits. It would only be somebody that was just one person would be really
Yeah.
taking off. That
But-
kind of makes sense. In 4 players, I
Just-
would think that thered be too many.
Yeah, 4-player. I
variances.
don't think they're.
Yeah.
Just don't bring it to a place with a lot of wind.
I would if I was to play it, we'd play it inside in the
Yeah.
camper. But anyways, it's a possibility. Yeah. So.
Anything to remember when playing the game? I think the biggest thing is like diagonals don't connect.
I think
the fiefs.
that's true, and I think and I did it wrong one time because we had to back up my move a little bit. I don't think it busted anything in the game, but in my head I had to keep telling myself that the little cardboard pieces
Yeah.
are also buildings.
Yeah, you
Like, or
can't
they
place
count,
it with a
they
city.
count as a building, so
or
you
with
can't
another
put
one.
you can't put one of those producing. I guess think of the little cardboard things as a factory.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to do. I don't even know what they call them in the book. I forget. So, we got. One of the reasons we don't have the terms down real well is first, it's the first time we played, and second, when you watch it, you just kind of, like if you played a lot of games, you just get it, and the terms really aren't that important.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I know I can do this, or I know I can't, or I can't do that, or whatever.
Yep.
14 plus seems a little bit high for this game. I guess maybe for understanding the parchments? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. You're right. 14 does seem pretty high.
You're looking at a grid and letters are up one side, numbers are up at the top. Find the intersection, put your rabbit. Because there's not even
Just depends on how much your kid can process. If it's too overwhelming, then yeah, I would understand.
I guess, but I feel like you could definitely teach somebody younger how to play, whether they liked it or not. And then it's, for an area control thing, it's not like you can even, you're not battling anything. You
Right,
can't
there's
take over anybody's spaces with
Right.
the exception of the camp, but that's not really,
Right.
it's just that you didn't draw that card yet. I wouldn't call it a
Right.
strategic thing, So yeah, I would probably drop the age a little bit. Time frame's about right. I don't know how long that game took us, but this one says up to 45 minutes on the box, and this game definitely can be played in under an hour. There are also some, I guess, slightly different rules for 2 players. So fortunately, Jeb and I didn't have to show you 2 players. We like when we can
Yeah, when
up
we
the
can actually
numbers
do more people.
up the numbers a little bit. So that was fun today, and I think that's only the second time I've got my son to play something with us, right?
Yeah, Space Dandy was.
Oh no, 3 times then, because remember Massmora with Justin.
Was he?
Did we record it that day? Because we played it all
I
together.
think so, yeah.
So we had a 4-player game of that, which I think I won.
I don't remember.
Pretty sure I won. Maybe I didn't win that one. I can't remember who won that
Anyway.
one. But I did beat Jeb in that game. That's why he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. All right. Anyways, I don't have that much to say. Usually, I can ramble on, but it's the game's just so straightforward and stuff. I think it's a fun little game, and it definitely suits that family level type of thing. So the only other drawback is just the 4. Like if you you have a bigger game group, there is an expansion. I have nothing. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it increases it to 5. But anyways, just up to 4 players. All right, so that's it, and we'll see you for whatever. And Jeb, do your thing about all the things. Sign up.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and all that stuff to show us that we actually have fans that enjoy this. So if you have any comments, let us know. If there's any games you'd like us to do an episode on, like if you have any, if there's something that's like, man, this is kind of confusing, and you want us to explain, then just let us know. I think we've helped out a couple people in our lifetime, right? So
most people are like, I wouldn't ask you how to explain it.
So we got Twitter, Facebook, Coffee, Discord. Find us. I mean, we're easy to find. Aside from that, I think that's everything.
All right.
So, we'll see you next time. Boards and booze, booze and boards with Mickey and Jeb.